Y'all, I can't believe it. We are finally in the era of being thick going out of style. I am so happy to get to this point. Y'all done cheapened it up, okay? Because here's the thing. I'm starting to notice celebrities want everybody on Ozempic. Your favorite influencers who used to be thick, who used to be a little bit bigger, they skinny now. Like, I love that this is happening because for us naturally thick girls who were born with it, it was so hard living in the BBL era. Do you know how hard it was being naturally thick living in the BBL era? Everybody asking you, is it real? Everybody asking what doctor you went to. People questioning you left to right. Do you know how hard it was to exist as a naturally thick girl in the BBL era? But now, since everybody and their mama got a BBL and the BBLs look a hot mess, and now your favorite celebrities and influencers are on Ozempic and they're skinny now, and skinniness is coming back into style, don't nobody strive to be thick no more. And I love it.
About a couple of years ago, I made a video called Body Privilege. And body privilege is the term that I coined that describes how Black women use their bodies in the Black community. The difference between pretty privilege and body privilege is that a lot of Black women, either they personally feel as though or society treats them as they do not have the type of pretty privilege that can get them in the door, the same doors that Halle Berry can get into. Many of those doors are closed to the average Black woman. And so in lieu of trying to force themselves through the pretty privilege doors, again, the kind of doors available to supermodels and women like Halle Berry, Black women in the Black community created body privilege. And this is what we saw in terms of the BBL epidemic that lasted for a few years. And we are now on the other side of that. And I am here to update you all on what's been going on with this. I'm saying that Black women cheated, and this does not refer to all Black women who have gotten surgery. But a lot of Black women already had a shape, already had a nice physique, and they wanted more. Erica Banks is an example of that. You just saw an image of her prior to her BBL. And so a lot of Black women wanted the grown woman body, and to get that, they got these surgeries. And that is why I'm saying they cheated, because they topped off an already curvy body with even more. But why am I saying that they still lose or they lost? Well, it's because I suspect what many Black women were going for was not necessarily something tangible, although that's what they thought they wanted, but the intangibles, the protection, the provision, the problem solving. As I've talked about before, beauty standards, body privilege, it has to do with competition. And so although women will say they did it for them, the reality is that what they did has an impact on everyone around them, especially their children. If they're married, it has an impact on their husband. Black women are coming to terms with the fact that there are things that money just can't buy. There are things that a nice body just can't get you. There are things that a big butt just can't get you. And I think the realization that many Black women have come into is that body privilege failed. Just like with pretty privilege, and I'm going to be talking about the other side of pretty privilege and the other side of body privilege in some upcoming videos. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it fails. Because life is complicated. Life is complex. There are a lot of challenges, and a big butt can only take you so far. A big butt cannot get you out of a sticky situation, a challenging situation. That's not going to help. And so I think Black women were using their body, like they often do, to get things, which is what beauty does. Whether it's beauty or body, that is what it does. It gets you things. But the problem is what Black women got. They got free drinks at the club, maybe free admission here and there, maybe, guys trying to talk to them, honking their horn while they're walking down the street asking if they can touch them. And, Black women got things, but I don't think they got what they really wanted. Again, the intangibles. The person who's willing to die for you. The person, wanting to make sure that you carry on their legacy. I don't think they got that. And I think that is one of the many reasons why the BBL epidemic ended. So you just saw a picture of SZA, who recently came out saying that she regrets her BBL. Another young lady who's been in the media is Erica Banks. She's a rapper. And I call like one of the last BBL women standing, in the sense that she says she loves her BBL. She paid a lot of money for it, and therefore she's not planning on reversing it. She's even talked about getting a third BBL. However, she's been criticized because of the size of her butt, and that it looks very unnatural. And one of the issues that I have with this surgery, and younger women in particular getting this surgery, is that they don't consider the fact that as you get older as a woman, if you have children, and even if you don't have children, most women experience what we call grown woman weight. And so I'm curious to know what is going to happen with all of these women who got this surgery, who have bodies that look more mature for their age. And then to top that off, when they have children and or if they gain weight, how will they deal with that? So that is one of the things about body privilege. To, essentially what that means is that you are stepping into a look that is more mature oftentimes, that is womanly, curvy, voluptuous, but there's a fine line between that and looking like you, for example, had a baby, or, looking like you're like in your 40s when you're actually in your 20s. And this is some of what has come out of this era, this BBL era, is some of the issues that women are now having as a result of either looking more mature and or looking borderline overweight.
But the healing process and going through it, like the first day until you're healed, is hell. Probably the worst pain I've ever experienced in my whole life.
What?
Yeah, like the first day, because my mom took care of me. She did the aftercare.
Yeah.
The first day, I passed out.
What?
Yes, when I got back to the Airbnb, I was really hot, and you lose a lot of blood.
Yeah.
So I passed out the first day. It was so scary. And then the pain is just excruciating, because the inside of your body is like brutalized.
Like, what the hell's going on?
Like, what the hell's going on? You know what I'm saying? So it took a while. I probably didn't stop hurting all the way until like April. I got my surgery in December.
Oh, wow.
I just stopped hurting in like April.
Dream Doll just said yesterday, or it just dropped yesterday, that she's wanting to transition back. I guess skinny's in. I don't know.
Right. She wants to transition back to her normal body. I think she said something like that.
So would you ever even consider that? Because I know you just recently got the second round, right?
Like the end of last year, yeah.
The end of last year. Okay,
Yeah.
so would you ever think about doing that, or you like, girl, no?
Girl, I pay for this. Girl, I pay too much for this. But I mean, like, honestly, I'm really happy with it. So I wouldn't go back and get a reduction.
Because I was so sick of living the BBL era. I was tired of it. So I'm glad to finally be able to have my body shape and nobody question me whether or not it's a BBL, whether or not whatever, because it's out of style now. It's not cool no more to be thick. It's not cool because everybody thick, right? Everybody on Ozempic. And I am so happy. I am so happy because I hate when my body type becomes a trend, and then now all of a sudden I'm being excluded out of stuff, or I'm being included into mess that I was never included in before. I was called fat, out of shape, and overweight. But now everybody want to be skinny again. Everybody on that Ozempic, okay? And I'm loving it. Go back to loving yourselves. Being thick was never something that everybody should have been. Being thick was only cool because only certain women were thick or certain people was thick. It was never something that everybody and their mama at Walmart should be thick. Ain't no reason why great grandma, granny, brother, cousin, uncle should be thick. Like, it's just no reason. So I am happy that the thick era is going out of style. Yes, yes, yes.
So let me know what you think about this. Like, share, and subscribe. Click all the links that you see in the description box and get to know more about my media business, Curated Legacy LLC. Become a Black and Invisible channel member and purchase my book about being an invisible Black woman on Amazon. Check out my Black-owned store with Amazon. Follow me on Instagram. This is Naka, and I'm here to make the invisible visible about modern Black women. And as always, stay tuned for more videos.